for today's game. The running back
Hello, and welcome back to another player draft analysis video.
What are you looking for here?
Today,
It's kind of refreshing, isn't it?
I will be going over
the running backs,
Leonard Floyd.
How good the quarterback is, and aren't they special? Well, these two running
Get my
backs
neck,
are
the old
special.
tracks.
And we see it each week how they play.
All right.
But also we see it how
So,
the offenses are designed.
Leonard Floyd,
Around
linebacker, Georgia, 6'6", 244
on
pounds.
the field for this snap. First down at the 23.
Leonard Floyd was a 3-year starter, I believe.
Brought down.
He was a 2-year starter, or 3-year
on this
starter.
play. And that's the type
But
of run I think this
3 years at Georgia,
Oh,
he recorded 182 tackles,
this is showing
26 and a half
the
tackles
offensive
for a
line doing
loss,
a good job, but also solid
17
job by the running
sacks,
back picking
and
up some
5
good yards.
forced fumbles.
Second down and 5. Anderson's going to take the handoff now.
So, he was also a Butkus Award finalist for the best defensive player in the country. I believe that's what the Butkus Award is. That or Butkus is the best linebacker. Either way, he was a finalist for it. And he was a second-team All-SEC. So,
Anderson's taking the handoff. Brought down at the 40.
overall, Leonard Floyd is
They were all over the run that time.
a pretty well-rounded, versatile guy, prospect-wise. You know, he's hyper athletic. He's got a slim frame. He's a guy that you're gonna he's kind of like built from a Jadavian Clown type.
When you run the football like this and you
He's
show
built
toughness,
from a Jadavian
there is
Clown.
no doubt. If you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback.
Oh man, like blueprint, I guess you'd say. You know,
And it's batted down.
he has all the talent in the world, but again, it just all depends on if they play him at defensive end or outside linebacker. Clowney was played at outside linebacker, and he's had some struggle, mostly with injuries, but when he's healthy, he hasn't been a #1 overall pick, worthy
Going to
guy.
try and return this punt. Gains 14.
But
Falcons go. There's 3
these things
parts
being
to
said,
every
let's get into
football
the
game.
game.
Offense, defense, and special
Starting with
teams. What a
his
play
speed.
for the special teams here. Good punt return,
Oh, excuse
good
me.
blocking. They get it done.
Freeman's lined up directly behind the quarterback here.
Uh,
He'll run it here.
speed. He's very quick coming around the edge. He has great speed.
Freeman's never able to build up that power.
He guesses the snap very well. He can burst around the
Nowhere to
corner,
go.
and he can make
Nowhere to
defensive
go. That's a
tackles
short
miss
game.
completely, or offensive
Matt Ryan under
tackles
center. Second
miss
and 6.
almost completely
Tammy
while they're trying to block him. If they're not quick enough getting into their little slide if he's coming around the edge, he can blow right past them.
These are not easy throws for the quarterback, but he sticks it right on him for the completion.
Next, his pass rush ability in general.
Ryan's back in shotgun
17 sacks in his career is, in my mind, pretty impressive.
Hold on to that one.
Over 3 years, 17 sacks is pretty solid.
By the West Coast offense, something that really I thought came in the league when Bill Walsh.
But also the site I looked at didn't have quarterback pressure and quarterback
The
hits.
second quarter gets
So
underway.
I know he was in the backfield. I've seen the tape of him. He's in the backfield. He's in quarterbacks' faces.
The Broncos with a nickel.
It's just
look
that
here on
there's
defense.
not really
And the second quarter is
a number that you can really use for those stats. So I know that he is definitely a pass rusher. He can get in the backfield. He can make.
Run that drag
He can disrupt pass
It
patterns
is
and
not as
everything.
easy as it looks.
That's all
You
about.
run it fast. You have to catch the football right in stride.
He
You
just
cannot
doesn't always
see
get
what's in front of him.
Ryan
And that's always
gives
100%
it up.
his fault. He might just be there.
Always good to have
Too
these
late.
types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first
Next,
down,
athletic.
but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to,
I
and
just wanna make
also
sure I had
it
that
opens up
actually.
so
I
many
think
other
of
things
it.
for your
But
offense.
he's an athlete.
Four to
He
go.
crushed it at the combine. Had a really good showing. So he's a workout kind of guy. He does need to put on some bulk. I'll get to that
You
later.
cannot throw the
But
football
again, that's
enough
something that
his
can be
way.
fixed because he
There's no
is
such thing
He's a very good athlete. You know,
Turn and find him and throw it to him.
he can really play whatever position he wants
that
on the
completion.
defensive front seven, except for maybe inside linebacker.
Tremendous defensive play that time, making sure
Actually,
that
no.
pass
He could
was
probably
not
play every
completed.
position
The job is
except for
getting
defensive
harder
tackle.
and
I
harder
don't know
for
what I'm saying
defenders to
there.
jar the football loose.
But
Because just about
I think he has the build that's like, you know, ideal build for a linebacker. But again, it's all based on scheme fit. You know, some teams might see him as an outside linebacker. Some teams might see him as a hand in the dirt, you know, pass rusher.
Yeah, they're coming back out. They lack confidence, and I understand why. They came out, couldn't get anything
His
done.
pursuit to the ball carrier.
Flying around, making the plays.
I guess this kind of can go back to his speed
To Daniels.
as he... No, it's not very often where he can't chase down a
You
running
got to look out for him
because
now.
he has
in the NFL.
amazing
Remember,
speed.
They're usually the closest
But
receiver to the quarterback.
His pursuit
Quarterback
speed
gets in
is
trouble.
also just very
Look for the
impressive.
tight
You know,
end.
Anderson's lined
he's gonna
up in a
chase
single
down guys
back
from
formation.
behind,
Second down
and
and 4.
that just kind of goes back into
Look
pursuit
at that
speed.
concentration as he makes the grab.
And lastly, versatile.
Mark him down.
I kind of mentioned it
Another
before, an
reception.
athletic, but I think that he can be a hand in the dirt
No time
defensive
to
end.
right
He can
now
be
to
a
go
you know
right to the
stand-up
hurry
pass
up.
rusher.
Well,
He can play outside. He can he can cover. He can do it all in my mind.
You better be
At the
good in the hurry-up
outside kind of
offense.
deals. I don't think you could stick him inside at D tackle, but I think if you gave him enough
I like
time,
this
he could
decision
definitely
by the
learn how to
coach.
play.
The hurry-up offense here late in
Maybe
the first half.
inside
You
linebacker.
can't be worried about
Again, he
making
just has that
mistakes.
time to learn it,
Sometimes
but
you
he
gotta be
definitely
aggressive.
can. He has the build to do it. Maybe he has to put on a little bit more bulk. But he's better suited to be an outside linebacker.
Falcons are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here.
So, that being said,
Second down
let's
here.
get into the cons. But overall, pros far outweigh the cons. Cons are nothing too bad. I think it's all stuff that can be fixed pretty simply.
Makes the catch in the open
So,
field.
we'll start with his run
This
defense.
is third down.
Although his pursuit speed is really good and he can make the tackle, when he's defending the run, he's not the greatest run defender.
At the end of the first half, the best way to do it
Meaning he's not going to be able to,
is against you. Get in that hurry.
you know, he's not going to set the edge well or
Defense,
whatever it is.
sit back, be real
So,
careful about.
he's not going to be able to like fill up a
Maybe
gap
you
or
get some
something.
quick
You know,
yards,
keep
you
a
get a
blocker
chance for
there.
some points
You know,
before
blockers
halftime
will
rolls
sometimes
around.
just rip through him, move on to the next guy once the running back's passing. He's not the kind of guy in run defense that's going to rip off the blocker and make a big play in the backfield.
Has the advantage.
So he has to learn how to play the run of the
Opposition
game
with
better.
their backs to their own end zone. The
Next is
Broncos
balance. Again, he's
defense
gotten
now
knocked on
is
his
gonna
ass
go
more than
nickel.
enough times.
Ryan from
So
the
he
gun.
does need to get, better overall balance
Had it for a moment, but
and
then
just,
lost
be able to stay on
on the
his feet
hit.
better.
Boy, that was some hit that time that knocked the ball out.
Yeah, it was a good hit, but
And last,
listen, you can tell the receiver
strength, which kind of ties into, weight. I think he's kind of slim for being 6'6".
Go ahead and catch the football.
So I think he should probably tack on a couple pounds of muscle.
That's reception
So he-
number 2 for him.
He
The
has the
Falcons
strength to compete
use
with
another
these bigger
timeout
mauler
here,
type tackles.
and they have one left.
There's the guys who are like
on first
athletic
down
tackles,
following
like
that
Laramie
huge
Tunsil, I
play.
think, is an athletic type tackle.
And Ward almost picked it off.
But, mauler guys like Jack Conklin can get the better of him because they're stronger than him.
When you want to shut down a receiver, really
That's
only
the best
to
way
do
I
it
can, those
is
are the
to
two best
man up
examples I
and
can
play
use
him
there.
one-on-one.
So, I think he needs to put on some strength and
Good job that time by the ball carrier, picking
able
up
to
what he
actually
can.
compete
and
with
he's
these
very
top-tier
smart. Gets
tackles
out
in
of
the
bounds,
NFL.
stop the clock.
And even some of the guys coming into this draft
Completion
class.
percentage, 60% on the day. 2 hands on the football and has the catch.
But overall, these things being said, I believe that Leonard Floyd is an early to mid first-round prospect. He's got pretty much everything you want in a
At the
pass rusher,
26.
except for maybe his strength right now and maybe his run defense.
Tammy's there.
But those are all things that can be fixed with just a little bit of practice and a little time in
Coming
the
up on
weight
this
room.
drive.
He has nothing mechanical, and
First down.
from what I know, he has no real off-the-field issues.
The shotgun. Tammy's throws
So I
it
think
in
that
the
he is
zone.
definitely,
First down.
worthy of a high draft pick.
Right there, they're almost sure to take the lead to the locker room
And
with that score.
Oh,
although there aren't many teams in those high rounds that really will covet a guy if his talent, I think there are definitely a bunch of teams that can use him. But I think a lot of teams in the top 10 aren't really looking for a guy like him, as there's already guys who are slightly above him, like DeForest Buckner and Joey Bosa.
The Broncos now coming
if I had to tier them, those two would be tier 1, and then him,
so far.
a couple of the pass rushers would be 2, and so on.
First down at the 20.
Which doesn't take anything away from him, by the way, but that's how I kind of rank it. But some teams of interest. Tampa Bay.
But I'm sure in the huddle,
Tampa Bay just needs pass rush. I think that they overall just need to find a way to get to a quarterback. Their defense needs to improve. I mean,
we'll take a quick break here for halftime.
Lovie Smith was trying to, get that defense to be to his standards. Sadly, Lovie Smith was fired, and I think that they kind of jumped the gun a little. They probably should have gave Lovie Smith some more time. But I think that with a new focused offensive coordinator or head coach, a new offensively focused head coach, they really need to focus on building around their defense. Jameis Winston does need to be protected, as their offensive line was, I think, one of the bottom half of the league unit-wise. But this overall is a deep lineman class in my opinion. So I think that they have a high pick in the second round, and there's a lot of offensive line talent. They can definitely pick up a guy there. But I think their top priority should be finding a pass rusher across William Golson, who's a bit more of a run defender.
Got to give the secondary credit. In this passing league now, it's hard to make plays, but a good play there and another incomplete pass.
Third and 4. It's caught by Tammy.
Next, Chicago. Chicago really hasn't had a top-tier pass rusher since Julius Peppers left.
The offense did a good job that time picking up the first down.
And that's when Julius Peppers, was kind of leaving his prime. He's kind of getting to that age. And Julius Peppers was still an amazing player. He still is an amazing player. The man's ageless. One of the best ever played games. But they haven't had a top-tier outside linebacker who can rush the passer since since Julius Peppers left for Green Bay. So I think that Leonard Floyd could step in and be a day one starter across from Darnell Ellerbe, I think.
What a day by the tight end today.
After the
I think that's who it was.
It brings up second down.
Or they can stick him on the offensive line if they don't want a defensive line if they don't want a stand-up guy.
From the gun.
But either way, he could definitely be a day one starter in Chicago, whether they put him at defensive end, put him at outside linebacker.
The Falcons do a really good
but
job
I think Chicago really needs something on the defensive line, so I think they probably put his hand in the dirt.
And now it makes third down much easier.
Next, New Orleans. New Orleans needs a lot of help on the defensive side of the ball.
Makes the catch.
And just overall, New Orleans needs to find someone who can create pressure across from Cameron Jordan.
That was a nice
across from Cameron Jordan. They need to find someone who can, be a threat to actually rush the pass.
Completion percentage
and
70% on
Leonard Floyd can line up either hand in the dirt or an outside linebacker on the opposite side of Jordan Cameron, or even on the same side of him.
That's what you got to do sometimes. It's hard always to think that you're going to come out and just make
finally
plays.
Be another
work, and this offense is doing it right now.
Defensive, playmaker. God, my words escape me. Could be another defensive playmaker who can really, help the team.
Take the snap, the first here in the fourth quarter. Atlanta in for the
Next, I have
with less than a quarter
Atlanta.
Play, it's going to be very difficult.
I think that
at this point.
Overall, Atlanta needs to find some pass rushers. They made a great pick on, I think, with Vic Beasley, who can definitely develop into a great pass rusher eventually. And he already has the talent. I'm pretty sure he had a solid rookie season. I can't remember. I think he actually got it.
Going to take a knee, so this will come out to the 20.
But again, I think they hit, they made a great pick with Vic Beasley. And just overall, I think they can get another athletic pass rusher on the opposite edge.
And it's
who can,
over to Owen Daniels.
He can rush with speed, and same thing with Vic Beasley. If they put on a bit of bulk and power, they can definitely be two extremely good players.
They throw it short. That was a smart play.
Next, I have Indianapolis. Indianapolis needs to find help on the defense. They need to get, a replacement for Robert Mathis and Trent Cole, both of whom are in their mid-30s, early 30s. But again, they're both playing like they're ageless. But they need to find two people who can actually replace those two.
And he picks up good yards that doesn't quite get a first down.
And be solid, consistent playmakers outside linebacker. I don't see Indianapolis putting his hand in the dirt, but I think they need to find an outside linebacker who could start.
They were trying to be too clever.
And honestly, learning from Robert Mathis and Trent Cole, two of the best pass rushers in the game, would definitely help this kid develop.
The Falcons defense
next side,
able to make the stop there.
I see him more as an outside linebacker in the Jets scheme. Jets need some kind of edge rush, so I say he's probably going to be a linebacker coming off the edge. But
C.J. Anderson with the catch.
Again, it's all based on scheme. But I feel like he'd be a much better fit in the Jets if he was willing to give up outside.
Short completions.
And he would definitely be a day one starter.
Good job that time.
And
Manning's completion.
He could definitely make a difference in New York, especially with Todd Bowles. He was a very good coach on the defensive side of the ball.
Almost intercepted that time.
And lastly, I think this is the furthest he would fall.
Third down.
Is Houston.
At the 2 minute.
Again, Houston would definitely play him with his hand in the dirt, no doubt. Line him up across from J.J. Watt along with...
Time's running out on this one, midway through the fourth.
Jadeveon Clowney.
The ball is
both of whom are... Clowney and Floyd are kind of cut from the same cloth. Big, quick guys
Fourth and 6 play.
Who can be amazing pass rushers as long as they develop properly. And Clowney really does need to continue to play well if he wants to not be labeled a bust.
First down.
And Clowney also has to stay healthy.
Every snap now.
But putting Leonard Floyd's hand in the dirt gives them a speed rusher across from J.J. Watt's incredible everything that he does.
Daniels.
I don't think J.J. Watts ever did something bad.
Daniels is tackled.
Oh my God, dude, you guys are
35.
But these things being said,
Timeout won't be used here.
I believe that with the 17th pick in 2016 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons will select Leonard Floyd, linebacker, Georgia. My reasoning, I think the teams ahead of the Falcons have much bigger needs than finding a pass rusher, while Atlanta doesn't. Atlanta really needs to find a linebacker who can, be a game changer. Vic Beasley was a great pick last year, and they need to continue to pick linebackers and defensive ends who can rush the passer. No matter how they do it, whether they have Leonard Floyd, rush the passer, or they have him at linebacker, or defensive end and rush the passer, or if they even have him at linebacker and rush the passer, they need to find some way to get pressure on the quarterback. And Leonard Floyd is definitely, a player who can do that for them.
Get a play off quickly and not use a timeout. You go with a hurry-up offense.
So,
a good touchdown.
Overall,
close the gap.
That's really it. That's my thoughts on Leonard Floyd. Coming up next will be Reggie Ragland.
They're going to need a miracle in the closing moments.
Well, I think what we're finding out, the game is never over. Play it till the end. They did a great job of scoring there. Now can they find a way to get that football back?
And as of today, the day I'm recording this, the 19th, which should be the day Miles Jack
goes the ball back, so they're lined up for the onside.
So, as of today, we are 9 days until the first round of the NFL Draft. So, kind of excited.
Choice had to go for the onside kick there, and really.
But all right, let's just. I have this game won.
His teammates a chance for recovery, and now the game is probably over.
First down at the 40.
All right. And I got a I got a little bit of a surprise series I'm recording. Just trying to find a good time to start uploading it. Because I feel like it'd be lost in the shuffle if I start uploading it now with, you know, my Uncharted playthroughs. And if I start uploading it in May when Uncharted 4 comes out, so it'll probably just be burning a hole in my computer until Uncharted 4 is over. So, that should be fun. I just won this game, so for now, this is J-Wax, signing off.